The Virginia Company realized that this imbalance threatened the colony's survival. Let's step back to the beginning. English settlers founded Jamestown in 1607, initially motivated by dreams of finding gold. What actually secured the colony's future was tobacco, but tobacco required extensive labor, and in the early years this labor came almost entirely from indentured servants. The problem was that these servants were overwhelmingly male. Scores of men crossed the Atlantic, but women were in short supply. This imbalance created instability, men marrying native women or moving into their villages, where they sometimes found more stability than Jamestown could provide. The lack of women meant that families were rare, and without families the colony could not sustain itself naturally. Meanwhile, word of Virginia's harsh conditions spread in England. Reports of disease, famine, and violence discouraged women from making the journey. The Virginia Company realized that this imbalance threatened the colony's survival. Sir Edwin Sandys, treasurer of the company, argued before Parliament that bringing women would make the men more settled and less movable, and reduce the number who left the colony after completing their service. The solution was a deliberate campaign to recruit women. Contrary to stereotypes, these women were not desperate or undesirable. They came voluntarily, lured by the promise of opportunity. Women were given food and shelter until marriage, and men who wished to marry them had to reimburse the company with 125 to 150 pounds of tobacco. This ensured that only men of means could marry them and elevated the women's bargaining power. By the early 1700s, the demographic picture had changed dramatically. More women meant more families, and children born in Virginia and Maryland created a society that no longer relied solely on migration. In short, the Chesapeake transformed from a precarious male frontier into a society anchored by households. This demographic stability was one of the clearest signs that Virginia and Maryland had become mature colonies.